yo, boom! Back at it again, back at it again. First and foremost, before Siagutabafeti, just want to give a quick shout out to the one person who has been pushing the page, the content, everything. King George Trends, one and only. You've been pushing. All credits to him, who has been advertising the links, going to persons individually. So I just want to give a huge shout out to King George Trends for his amazing work. So we're back at it again with your boy SA Fitness, and with me I've got,
like always, King George Trends.
Thank you very much. This time it's a different week, a different episode, and we've got something new. And
Something
juicy. I was out just sick in bed yesterday, and King George Trends sends me a WhatsApp text and he's like, let's talk about this. What are we talking about, Prezi? AKA King George Trends.
Girlfriend allowance. I say girlfriend allowance, but I don't know. This guy just decided to host me today. He's going to be hitting me with questions.
No, I'm not.
But if I'm going to say, I don't know. This guy is against me, but
definitely. I am not against. I'm not against anyone. I'm not an enemy. I am just here to promote the right content. That's one thing that's for sure. So, girlfriend allowance. What is girlfriend allowance, Prezi?
Are we starting?
Come on. Let's get right into the thick of things.
Right,
What's girlfriend allowance in your own
firstly, like
terms?
he just did a shout out. I think there are individuals who played a very big role in my life. They groomed me spiritually, they groomed me mentally, financially. They gave me some wisdom. So I think I need to shout out my pastors. Thank you so much. If ever you're going to watch this video, my pastors, I appreciate you. Pastor TNC, you know, I appreciate you for everything you've done for me. You've played a very big role. You're still playing it, and I appreciate it. All right, what is girlfriend allowance? The general asked. All right, according to my understanding, I don't know if it exists in other ways, whereby maybe it was there before we even come on it. But let me just put it in my own understanding. I think girlfriend allowance is whereby a man or a guy will be giving his girlfriend a certain amount of money monthly, weekly, or any time, but he knows that this one always goes to my girlfriend. Some may do it in a fixed amount. If it's 10k, it's 1k, 500, 100. It depends with the thickness of your pocket. So I think girlfriend allowance is that kind of amount whereby one always gives to his girlfriend monthly, weekly, daily. It depends. It's either in daily basis, weekly, or whatever. This is what I think, General.
Yeah.
Back to you, the host.
The
host.
You couldn't have said it better. Certain amount. Oh, it can be a certain amount, or it can vary depending on how thick your pocket is as an individual.
You know, maybe
if you're a baller, you're gonna spend millions and billions. And imagine having to spend, or specifically somebody saying, for example, we've got Boiti who wanted 450,000 rands worth of a girlfriend allowance. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? And do you think is it the guy's is it the guy's job or the guy's responsibility to actually set that amount, or is it the lady that just requests that specific amount? Whose job is it actually?
Let me put it in this way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you an example first. Let's say you earn 10 million.
Yeah.
Right? Well, he's married. So whatever example I'm using, I'm just using it because he's the one with me, right?
Yeah.
He's married. Let's say you have 10 million with you. These are your profits of whatever you've been doing.
Okay.
If you decide to give your girlfriend maybe an allowance, 100k wouldn't be very bad to you, because it's just a small money.
Yeah, small.
10k to you looks like 10 rand.
Yeah.
You can just give. So sometimes I wouldn't say the guy sets an amount or the girl, but it depends on how thick the guy's pocket is.
Yeah.
And it's done out of love. You don't choose to do it while you cannot. So it's either the guy chooses that, okay, out of this 100k I have, I'll be giving my girlfriend 1,000 every month just to get some extras. Either she goes to work or not. It depends on how one feels about their love, their bond. Yeah, it's just an appreciation token of you being in someone's life. I don't think it's mandatory. It's not.
Yeah.
Because you as a girl.
But then it's an allowance. So
Yeah, it's an allowance.
allowance
I
is
think-
something that you're given every single month.
Yeah. I think
So
we
it's
might,
actually mandatory.
I think we might get confused because of how it's labeled as a
Yeah.
girlfriend allowance.
Yeah.
Maybe it should have been called girlfriend is appreciation token. You understand? Girlfriend is appreciation token. Because an allowance, it's a mandatory one.
Yeah.
For example, you are sent to work somewhere by your company, maybe in the bushes. They pay you what they call bush allowance. So on that note, they don't jump it or whatever. They have
Yeah.
to pay you. But as a girl and a guy, I think it's because whoever labeled it in the beginning made a mistake. Or maybe that is why people are doing it monthly and weekly because it's an allowance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But I wouldn't say it's mandatory.
yeah.
If you can't, you can't. If you can, you can. Yeah.
But then as a guy, if you have managed to set a standard in that girl's life to say that, oh, this guy has already and has always given me a certain amount of money. Now you as a guy, you are obliged. Or I've come across situations where a guy, for the sake of pleasing his friends or for the sake certain lifestyle that he wants to portray, comes across, gets a snake queen, beautiful girl. See those club girls,
Yeah.
perfect, 10 out of 10.
Their own
Oh,
understanding.
and the girl is like, no, I need this certain amount. Guy takes up this certain amount, gives it to the girl, and now the girl is demanding a certain amount of money every single month. So sometimes it's no longer being done because of love. It's done because of an image that you want to portray. So based on how you are setting it up, saying it's an appreciation, as you said. So in other words, are you saying that you are for this whole girlfriend? Okay, I'm not gonna say girlfriend allowance, but girlfriend appreciation token. So are you for it? And if you are for it, justify your reasons why. Hey, come on, give it to us, because you're for
Well,
it.
I'll be very
And if
honest
your
with you.
girlfriend says 10k a month,
I'll be very honest
Yeah.
with you, and with you, general.
yeah,
I haven't done it in my life,
okay,
but I don't see it as a bad thing from this perspective, which I'm about to share with you.
yeah.
If I had what it takes to be always giving someone that extra 2k, 3k in a month, I would have been doing it.
Okay.
And I'm building myself towards that level whereby I can easily do it. But here's the thing. On the matter of slakings and stuff, whereby it's demanded, you know that every month
Yeah.
5k is needed.
Yeah.
One thing, when you're dating someone for fun, you need to understand that you are there for fun. And they know you are there for fun.
Yeah.
They will chow you. Because they know anytime you will disappear. So the reason why that allowance looks like it's being demanded, because they know you're using them. So they need to get paid for them being used. You understand? But let's say you're dating someone who is up and to building a life with you. If you can't, they will understand. But okay, sure.
Yeah.
My guy didn't have this month, but last month he did something. Next month he will. Because you're dating someone who understands that you are still the same person who has to pay lobola for that person. You are still the same person who is mandated to change the future of your lives with your partner and your kids. So it depends on who you're dating and how big your pocket is. If you can, it's not a bad thing, guys. But if you can't, yes, let me say this. If you can't, it's okay. And I pray that you find a girlfriend who understands that
yeah.
this guy cannot, because his pocket is not as thick, right? It doesn't matter if she goes to work or not. Women appreciate those small things. Here's the story. Now the thing is, people are driven by what the next person is doing. If their friends were given that girlfriend allowance, this whole month they've been given and they're still going to get it. Now the friend shares with the other one, it's like, my friend is getting an allowance every month. Why can't I? But you are not understanding the fact that the boyfriend of your friend and your boyfriend
are not on the same
different.
levels. Yeah.
Look at this. You're
Don't
dating
ever
someone.
compare. Yeah.
Remember, people have principles, right? According to how we were raised, we have different principles. Nobody was raised in KZN, and I'm still in KZN.
Yeah.
The way we do things there is
Completely
very different
different,
from
yeah.
someone who's in urban areas.
Yeah.
You can't be expecting a man in KZN to do certain things to break the protocols and principles of how he does things. You can never. You always crash. So don't do it for the next person. Do it for who you are. Do it for who you are, and do it for what you are. Because if your boyfriend earns 6,000 here in South Africa, his rent, his food, his transport to work covers
almost
60% of his salary. He's left with maybe 1.5. He needs to build the future. He needs to make his own life. He needs to make sure that the kids, when they are there, they're covered.
Yeah.
So we differ, we're not the same. I don't know, General. Am I making sense?
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
are.
running away from your questions.
No, you are making sense, which leads me to the question. It's a follow-up question.
These questions are still coming.
No, you're raising valid points that are follow-up questions.
Right.
So, in terms of you for it, that's because you, number one, you do it out of love, and number two, if you can't, find a person who you've been in a relationship with, who understands. Find somebody who understands, basically.
Someone who you understand.
And you understand.
Who understands
So,
you.
in that sense, what are the conditions? What are the preconditions for giving out your girlfriend appreciation token? Because I mean, come on. For example, I'll give a practical example. You're single, got out of a relationship, and now here you are, single. You find somebody. Go from the rural areas, very respectful, very driven. She's focused, she's smart, not into the whole lifestyle, understand? Or you see, she's basic. Let's say looks 6 out of 10. And then, okay, fine, you meet this person, you have a conversation with her. You take her numbers, after taking her numbers, start talking. And then here at work, you find somebody very beautiful who has always been your crush, 10 out of 10. But you see, her lifestyle, weekends, she's out here.
Expensive.
She's very expensive. You see, certain conditions would be like, okay, this rural girl, she's very respectful, she's very driven. That would be like the conditions for you actually choosing. So in terms of that girlfriend appreciation token, what would be like the conditions for actually spending or giving somebody money?
Okay, let me put it in this way. Whenever there's a good thing which is new in your life,
Yeah.
you ought to appreciate it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If she's new in your life and she's bringing peace in your life, in
Yeah.
other words, there's a token of peace which was brought in your life.
Mm-hmm.
You can appreciate that token.
Yeah.
In terms of money, you can. It's not like there are conditions or whatever. Remember, when there's love, giving is never a problem.
Yeah.
You do it just to appreciate the fact that they are in your life. They help you to think whenever you need them. They help you to relax when you need them. They help you to find peace. You're not in a problem anymore. If you had experienced Jolo stuff before, with this one you're not experiencing them. That's what you are appreciating. Like, hey, you know what, my friend? You've been so good. I think just give yourself this 1,000 and get something for yourself. It's just an appreciation. I would put it that way.
I understand you and I agree with you. Now, fascinating part, I was doing a little bit of research, right? And I was like, where does this concept actually come from? Actually, if I was to ask you, or just in your thinking, the whole essence of giving out money, where does it actually come from? And what was the whole actual reason? Because I did not go in depth in terms of the whole research, but what I actually concluded, I was like, okay, there are two sides to this. There is the side where I firmly believe like it has to do with something that's called, you know, when a blesser comes into your life, a blesser comes with the intention of, okay, I'll give you something that's materialistic and then I'll get something in return. You see? So that's one side of it. And then the other side, I was reading a newspaper article where they were interviewing this lady, and she said that the whole essence of me wanting a girlfriend allowance is because I'm actually performing wifely duties, from your cleaning to your cooking to all these things. So now I need to get a form of monetary value for the things that I'm actually performing. Of which it's confusing, because if I was to use the same concept and be like, okay, fine, if I need to pay you for the wifely duties that you're doing, from your cooking to your cleaning to your ironing, then you should pay me for fixing the lights, taking care of you, physically protecting you. Then
And get some discounts on
I mean,
your
come
boiler.
on. Why can't
Because it's like you're going to work,
I mean,
right?
why is it? What the question now that comes to my mind? Why is this whole concept one-sided? Because women always preach 50-50. They always preach a lot of things, but when it comes to this,
it won't balance.
why doesn't it not balance? I mean, come on. What you do on the left, why can't you do it on the right? If a guy, I know a guy is a provider, is a protector, is all of that. A woman is an incubator. She brings out life. Understand? So why can't it happen if a woman gives, if a man gives? Why can't a woman give? Or is it wrong for me to assume that it's only the man's job to be the actual provider? A woman isn't supposed to actually spend even a single cent. Because one thing that I know is, if you're in a relationship, when it comes to salaries, the woman's salary is her salary, the man's salary is the family's salary, which is still confuses me.
And still budget for
And
the
still
future.
budget for the future with that little money that you have. Yeah, so in terms of that, where do you think it stems from, and why can't it be done on, if it's done on the left, why can't it be done on the right?
I think there's a say that says charity begins at home.
Yeah.
So how you're raised sometimes contributes to how you
actually
perform in
perform.
a marriage, and also your association before marriage and your association during your marriage days.
Yeah.
This is what I'm gonna say. This is just my wisdom,
Yeah.
not
yeah.
being experienced in a marriage. I guess that before people get married, they need to sit down about this issue, especially whenever it involves money. My friend, how are we going to cope with our money?
Yeah.
How do you think we need to use our money in our own house? Should I be the one to provide everything and you keep your own salary? Or should we put maybe 30,
Certain
50,
allocate, yeah.
whatever, an arrangement which you can put and see how you agree in terms of that. If it doesn't suit you, it's a red flag, because we all have wants and needs. If you are not satisfied by something, you can't go knowing that here you're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
You won't be able to deal with it. For example, let's say you want to raise a kid together, maybe just one. You agree that every month you put in 400 each, 400 each in a child's account until she's 18, or until she's 18. Then you give her out the money when she's 18. That will be a lot of money. You agree in these things before you even settle in a relationship. You agree to get. This is what we say, the process of getting to know each other. You discuss these things. You ask each other questions every day concerning humanitarian issues and all other things. So that when you are in it, you know you've discussed these
Discuss them,
things.
yeah.
You won't suffer. I wouldn't blame someone who
practice.
wants to get paid for what they do in their husband's house while they're married. We're not the same. We're different. Others believe in their own ways. She's okay, she's right. You can't say he's wrong. No, she's okay. The other one doesn't want to go to work, he wants to be housewife. The other one doesn't want to be housewife, he wants to go to work. The other one doesn't want the husband to cook. The other one wants the husband to cook. You understand? We're not the same. So I think you need to discuss with your partner and see if the two of you can work together.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
That's what I had to say.
yeah, and then I honestly hear and agree with you. And just to
Let me clap hands for myself. He agrees with me. Let me hear the additions now.
yeah, wow, it totally threw me off. I agree with you, and just to add on what you're saying,
Like
I mean,
general,
I was looking at the stats as a married man. There are some things that you need to grow in terms of you being an individual. So I was looking at the stats where it says that as you go into marriage, if you're about to get married, just know that all 50% of all marriages end in divorce. So automatically, as a married man, there's a 50% chance that you're gonna get divorced. And then it drops even further by saying that 20% of that 50% is based on what? Marriage. Marriage is based on finances. So I guess I agree in a sense that getting to know a person will understand how you actually financially, how do you go about conducting things. So personally, here's my personal view about the whole token appreciation. See, there are different languages.
I
love
think we're
languages,
getting there
right?
now. When we hear you
check.
unleashing some bombs.
Come on. So there are different love languages. So you've got physical touch, you've got finances, you've got words of affirmation. So all different languages where you express love to the person that you love. So in terms of the financial part of it, giving or appreciating a person financially. So this is how I do it. I don't give my person physically, I don't give them money. But what I'll do is I'll schedule for us to go on a date. I'll pay for everything. I will be the one that actually buys clothes for her because I know her sense of style, what she actually likes, what she doesn't like. So get to know your person better. That's what King Joe says. But giving a person money, I firmly believe that it creates a sense of entitlement. Because if a person knows that my person will give me 1,500, then why should I wake up and why should I be motivated to actually get my money? Whereas my boyfriend will give me 10K
And
or
some
I'm
clothes will
expecting,
be
and some
coming
clothes will be coming my
We
way.
go out on dates as well. And
So
I'm waiting to get married. And you'll be the provider. I'm taking care of the kids.
Yeah, so I guess that's my opinion. Just try to don't use money as the source of capturing someone. Money should come after. Just follow intuition, get to know a person better. But in your last words, King George.
Right. The wisdom I can share with you. If you can do the so-called girlfriend allowance and you afford it, it's okay. Go on with it. Appreciate a woman the way you want to appreciate her. You two knows each other. But to those who are not in a position to do it because our financial states are not as good, don't be forced to do it because your girlfriend is forcing you. No, it's not okay. Remember, don't be dumb. Remember, you're still going to have a future. You better tell your girlfriend the truth that, my friend, at this moment I can't. Because financially I'm not good. I need to budget for 1, 2, 3 so that we'll be good tomorrow. You better enjoy tomorrow and suffer now. Because remember, she's just a girlfriend who has a father and a mother, or maybe who goes to work, who has their own roof, or who is living under the parents' roof. They can still take care of her, right? As a girlfriend, please, if you know the state of a boyfriend, do not force him to do such, because the moment you break up, yet he's been giving you 3,000 every month for 3 years, you commit suicide in your name. What does it look like? You will be burdened for the rest of your life. If you can do it, please go on, and we love it. You also want to learn from you, want to do it. If you can't, it's okay. If he doesn't, it's okay. Learn to love him for who he is and what he is, and for the future. General, I'm out. Thank you for hitting me with your questions. I'll see you on the next episode.
So what do you want to do? You want to go? Oh, well, I've got some last words. To the guys, if you're out here giving girlfriend allowances for soulful negative intentions, don't do that. Because I read there was a story of a guy who was paying for his girlfriend's studies for like 3 years, and then when the lady left him, the guy killed the girlfriend. You see, intentions behind your giving should always be clear. And then
by clear we mean
be honest about your
clear
intentions.
What clear means? Transparent.
Yeah.
Bad things can be transparent.
And then my last 3 words acronym. From now on, I'll be giving out acronyms at the end of the day. So STI, we know STI. So STI for this segment goes to number 1. Before giving out girlfriend allowance, sustain yourself as an individual.
Hey.
Number 2, the T, be transparent. Your intentions about giving out girlfriend allowance should be clear and transparent. And the last, it's an I. Invest in yourself before investing in somebody else. So STI.
That's a seal.
Yeah, that's it. To all our viewers,
followers, new subscribers, thank you. Continue supporting us. Continue, lady. We're coming back with another one. How to be
more and more
parents.
More and more. We love you and have a blessed day. Peace, and we out.